What an honor to be here in front of all of you. Such a beautiful class of 2016. We got the culinarians, my peeps over here. We got the international business graduates, the educators, and then we got this whole host of people with a degree that's called hospitality management. So just a word of warning here. Okay, just because you guys have management in the title of your degree doesn't mean you can boss us culinary people around. Just saying. So let's get down to business here. It's kind of funny. Though I've been in this business for 30 years, 3 decades, tackled projects as diverse as restaurants, books, television programs, product lines. The truth of the matter is, I am really just like all of you. Yeah, I've had a lot of experiences, and hopefully I've honed my craft as I've gone along, but truthfully for me, every project that I start is a brand new start. So let me share with you what goes through my head every day. Now, I have an aversion to copying people, and so the theme of this graduation ceremony, Be Original, is like really right up my alley. It's great advice, right, to be original, but until you try to figure it out, what that really means for you, you're really kind of stuck. I've never seen an instruction manual on how to be original exactly. Now, doubtless, the programs here at Kendall have equipped you with the tools, the nuts and the bolts that you need to excel in your careers. Whether it's in culinary arts, hospitality management, business, early childhood education. But now, however, the time has come for you to start a different kind of education. Now, one of the 4 things that I tell myself every day starts with this. Know yourself. If you want to be truly successful, think of yourself as the person that you are serving. What do you love? What gets you out of bed in the morning? What makes you feel cared for, taken care of, thrilled, inspired? If you know that for yourself, then you can generously share it with others. Are you inspired by what's trendy? I mean, every day we're bombarded with the next cool thing, and yeah, a lot of it really is cool. And yeah, chasing it can sometimes lead to snagging some easy money. It can get you noticed, but trends by their very definition don't last. I should really know that, because if you see any of our opening photos from Frontera Grill back in the 80s, and you check out my haircut, you know that trends don't last. So another thing that I tell myself every day is take the time to go deep. Truthfully, the people who start trends, the ones we call the original innovators, are the ones so completely and totally in love with something that they've thrown themselves into so deeply that they can feel it in their bones. They have to learn everything that they can about it. Because without going deep, it's unlikely that those innovators would ever have developed the knowledge and passion to make a profound difference. But being original always comes with risks. We've already heard that here this morning. After all, you're putting something new out into the world, something that you believe in, and you don't know how the world is going to respond. We have a saying at our restaurants that when we're presenting possible new menu items to our staff, if you're not nervous, you probably haven't reached far enough. Yes, another thing that I tell myself every day is don't be afraid to fail. Risk, fail, shake it off, try again. That's what we do in our back kitchen every day. And when we amass enough successes, well, we've created a new menu, or maybe we've created a new restaurant concept, or a book, or whatever it is. But we have failed enough to find out what really works, and we're not afraid to shake off those failures. Okay, the last thing that I tell myself every day, and yes, I still tell myself this every day, is stay disciplined. I know it's not glamorous at all, but when we stop thinking of ourselves as craftsmen, we lose our grip on the reality of our profession. It's discipline that launches us. Now, you finished with this part of your education, so you all know something about discipline, but it's discipline that keeps us sharp, that leads us to deeper learning. So yes, every time I walk into the kitchen, I'm challenging myself to make a cut or a dish more perfectly than I did the last time. And you see, from the time I was a kid, it was pounded into my head. I'm fourth generation in a family of restaurant people, but it was pounded in my head that you're only as good as the last meal you serve. So those are the 4 things that I tell myself every day, yes, even at this stage of my career. But come to think of it, there is something else that hovers over all of those things. And it's what gets me out of bed in the morning. And this is the thing that I want to leave you with. It's curiosity. Never lose curiosity. I had the opportunity, you just heard that I was given this major honor to be given this Julia Child Award. And I think about the time that I had the opportunity to be on her last television show. Julia was in her 80s at that time. Now, you guys didn't grow up watching Julia the way that I grew up watching Julia, but maybe you've seen the old Saturday Night Live skits, Moving Julia. Maybe you've even seen some of the wonderful old shows where she talks like that. I got the opportunity to be on her last show, and it was called Julia Cooks with the Master Chefs. At this point, she's not a person that can really do a lot of cooking on camera, but she could stand next to us and watch us cook and interact with us. And I was at her house in Cambridge. If you ever get a chance to go to the Smithsonian and see her kitchen, they actually dismantled the whole thing and then took it to the Smithsonian because she is such an icon in our society. And so I was in that kitchen, and I had read everything she had ever written, and I had memorized the layout of the kitchen before I got to it. And I was just overwhelmed with emotions as I stood next to her filming this TV show. And then she just sort of offhanded said, "Do you want to stay for dinner?" And it was like, oh my God, Julia Child just asked me to hang out with her in her kitchen and have dinner. And what absolutely blew me away is this woman on the eve of her 83rd birthday spent the whole evening's conversation exploring new topics. She wanted to know this about something, that about something. She was always hopping up from the dinner table to go look up, and we didn't have Google back then. So she was hopping up from the dinner table to go look up something in an encyclopedia or in a dictionary. She was the most endlessly curious person that I had ever met, and that was her success. And that's what I hope for you all. It's what I hope for me on my 83rd birthday, that I'm just as curious as Julia, and I hope for you every day of your life that curiosity will fuel your passion. Thank you all so much.